There are 14 Steam and GoG achievements unlockable in Noita. Some of these are very straightforward, but others are so cryptic or difficult to obtain that very few players have actually achieved them. In today's video, we'll be going through all of these achievements and discussing what you need to do in order to unlock each of them. Remember, achievements cannot be unlocked if any mods at all are being used, so make sure to turn all those off before continuing. The first 6 achievements are each unlocked by entering the coal pits, the snowy depths, the Hisi base, the underground jungle, the vault, and the Temple of the Art for the first time. And the 7th achievement unlocks when you complete the work, earning a victory for the very first time. Those are the most straightforward ones, unlocking simply by playing through the game normally. However, things get much more difficult from here. Achievements 8, 9, and 10 are unlocked when you obtain 100% progress each for perks, spells, and enemies, which is easier said than done because there are a lot of all 3 of these, spells especially, which must be unlocked in various ways. Beginning with perks, almost all of these can be obtained just by playing through the game normally and picking them up in the various Holy Mountain shops between levels. Eventually, you'll have acquired them all except for Moon Radar, Spatial Awareness, and Leggy Mutation. Moon Radar can be picked up inside a brickwork diamond in the eastern side of the overgrown cavern biome beneath the desert. Spatial Awareness is dropped by the boss at the center of the power plant below the overgrown cavern. And to acquire Leggy Mutation, you have to find a rare Leggy Mimic creature and kill it. These can spawn pretty much anywhere, but typically appear deeper in the game world or in optional side biomes, such as the fungal areas. And now for the completely unscripted segment of the video. I'm gonna go through the entire spell list and the entire enemy list in order to tell you what you need to do to unlock any of the spells that require specific unlocks, and where to find all of the enemies and bosses that are more difficult to find. So you can get 100% spell progress and 100% enemy progress, and check both these achievements off your list. Keep in mind that you have to actually cast the spell in order to unlock it, and you need to actually kill the enemy or boss in order to get the progress for it. And also, a lot of these spells can just be found by playing normally as you progress through the game. Down the levels, you'll find them in shops and on random wands, just cast them and you'll unlock the progress in here. But the ones that require specific unlocks, I did cover all of this in depth in videos, and I'm gonna link each one of those videos down below in the video description, so you can watch those videos to know exactly what you have to do to complete, for example, the Sunseed quest. Omega Black Hole is the first spell in the list that requires a specific unlock. You need to complete the Sunseed quest, and then you find Omega Black Hole in the desert past the pyramid, and I have 2 videos covering both of those things, and you watch those to know exactly how to complete the Sunseed quest to get this. Moving on, we got Omega Sawblade, which requires you to to open the End of Everything chest at the End of Everything quest. Summon Deerkoi, Flock of Ducks, and Worm Launcher, which all 3 of those are unlocked when you pick up the Snowchasm orb for the first time. Tentacle, and then Tentacle with Timer, which are both unlocked when you pick up the Frozen Vault orb for the first time. Then Spiral Shot, which is unlocked when you pick up the Lukey Layer orb for the first time. Triple question marks, it's basically a high caliber bullet, which is unlocked when you use the Chain Gun wand for the first time. Holy Bomb is unlocked when you pick up the Magical Temple orb for the first time. Giga Holy Bomb is unlocked when you bring Toveri, the friend, to the Avarice Diamond. Earthquake is unlocked when you pick up the Pyramid orb, or the orb on top of the pyramid, for the first time. Cement is unlocked when you pick up the Wizard's Den orb for the first time. The orb underneath the lava lake next to the mines, when you pick up that orb for the first time, you'll unlock Nuke. Giga Nuke is unlocked when you bring a horror monster to the Avarice Diamond at the top of the tower. Destruction is unlocked when you bring all 4 main essences, or you can bring the Essence of Spirits as well, to the moon will unlock Destruction. The Octuple spell and Myriad spell are both unlocked when you open the Coral Chest. Nala is unlocked when you defeat the Pyramid boss, Leg of Three Eye. Slow But Steady is unlocked when you pick up at least one of the math spells, or when you enter the second bunker in the lake for the first time. Spell Duplication is unlocked when you defeat the Grand Master boss. Random Damage is unlocked when you defeat the Pyramid boss for the first time. Chaos Magic is also unlocked when you defeat the Pyramid boss for the first time. Sea of Lava is unlocked when you pick up the Mountain Altar orb for the very first time. Thundercloud is unlocked when you pick up the orb past the chasm next to the mines for the first time. The orb that summons or spawns the Wand Connoisseur boss. These 5 orbit spells are unlocked when you defeat the dragon mini-boss for the first time in the jungle. The ocarina notes can be picked up along with the ocarina itself on the eastern edge of the cloudscape above the lake. The Kantele notes can be found inside the tree along with the Kantele. The random spell, random projectile spell, random modifier spell, random static projectile spell, copy random spell thrice, and copy 3 random spells are unlocked when you defeat the Pyramid boss. Spells to nukes, spells to Giga Sawblades, spells to magic missiles, spells to death crosses, spells to black holes, and spells to acid are unlocked when you open the dark chest. End of Everything is, of course, unlocked when you open the End of Everything chest at the end of the End of Everything quest. Summon Portal is unlocked during the End of Everything quest. Add Trigger, Add Timer, and Add Expiration Trigger are all unlocked when you defeat the Grand Master boss. Chaos Larpa is unlocked when you open the Dark Chest. Copy Trail is also unlocked when you open the Dark Chest. The 8 Greek letter spells are unlocked when you defeat the High Alchemist boss. Divide by 2, Divide by 3, and Divide by 4 are unlocked when you open the Coral Chest. Divide by 10 is unlocked by triggering the Curse of Greed and then entering the Diamond of Avarice at the top of the tower yourself. Meteoricide and Matasad are both unlocked when you defeat the Wand Connoisseur boss. Wand Refresh is unlocked when you defeat either the High Alchemist boss or the Grand Master boss for the first time. The 6 Requirement or Math spells are unlocked when you enter the second bunker in the lake for the first time. The 8 Glimmer spells, including the Invisible spell, are all unlocked in the first bunker in the lake. And finally, the Rainbow Trail spell is unlocked when you pick it up on the tiny little cloud high above the Wicker Man in the center of the island, in the center of the lake. Woo! All right, now for the enemies. A really good strategy for obtaining the progress for most of these is by using chaotic polymorphine, regular polymorphine, or unstable polymorphine on enemies in order to obtain the progress for some of the rarer creatures on this list. If any of these are along the main path in the main levels, then I'm not going to say anything about them right now. Only the bosses and the more special creatures that you might have trouble finding. Anyway, Mina, this is myself. You're probably going to get this without even trying. Just kill yourself and you'll get progress for this. Blow yourself up with a bomb. Any of your own projectiles that kill you will give you this progress. Any enemies that get polymorphed, normal polymorph, you'll unlock progress for these. The scorpion you can find in the pyramid or the Temple of the Art or other deserty areas. The fish on the surface or in the snowy depths. The duck can spawn, or usually spawns, on the island in the middle of the lake. The wolf is a very rare spawn on the island in the middle of the lake. Or you can find them either through chaotic polymorphine or in the tower. They spawn pretty regularly. The deer, same thing, on the lake. The elk on the lake island, The lamprey in the lake. The Santa Hisi, find them legitimately during holiday time, or set your computer clock to December 25th and you'll find these in the mines. Gordon Hisi, the Hisi chef, spawns very rarely in the Hisi base. You'll see a special kitchen and then you'll find this guy there. The Morel spawns in the overgrown cavern underneath the far desert. This guy spawns in the Luki layer on the western side of the jungle. Also Luki layer and also Luki layer. The Hellworms spawn down in hell beneath everything else in the world. All of these guys, 1, 2, 3, and 4, spawn in the power plant beneath the overgrown cavern. Same thing with this guy right here. The monks spawn in the vault, and you'll probably find them there more easily, but also in the snowy depths when you're potentially doing the end of everything quest. These two murder bots you'll find in the tower or the power plant, or slightly more rarely, you'll find them in the frozen vault. The Ice Mage is a rare spawn in the snowy depths, but you can also find them in the tower, of course, or in the snow chasm. The Sir Ukko you can find up in the cloudscape, up in the skywork, or in the snow chasm. Literally all of these mages you can find in the Wizard's Den, of course. All of the alchemists you can find in the alchemy lab to the west of the tree, the west of the mines underground. Same thing with this guy right here, the Patsis. It's a living statue. You can find them in the alchemy lab as well, and they can only be damaged by melee. These two stones are very common within the snow chasm. The Hure is encountered in the Temple of the Art, but maybe you don't know how to kill them. They are defeated by destroying the purple crystal that they patrol near and protect. The Taikaswavas can be encountered in the magical temple biomes, the main one being to the west of the snowy depths. The Elemetons are encountered in the pyramid and also more commonly in the haunted snow chasm. In order to defeat these, you need the evil eye item. You need to throw the evil eye on the ground to make these visible, and then you defeat them, usually with like explosive weapons. The Kumatis is actually the player ghost, and it only starts spawning after you've died in runs 35 times, non-modded runs. And eventually it'll start spawning usually in the mines, coal pits, or snowy depths in certain locations, carrying a wand that you yourself used in a past run. Even potentially god travel and attack wands, so lots of fun to be had there. Good luck with that. This is the Hellgazer, which can be found down in Hell, obviously. And this is its sky compatriot, which you'll find up in the skywork high above the mountain altar. These guys can also be found down in Hell, along with these crystals. This crystal can be found in any of the cloudscapes or sky biomes. Here is that very rare leggy mimic that you can find, and probably the rarest creature in the entire game, the heart mimic, which I have a seed that I'll put down below in the description. You'll find one of these enemies very soon after spawning. Of course, we have Stavari, Steven, by angering the gods, and his big brother Skod, or Scott, by enraging the gods. Now for the bosses, we have the dragon, which is awoken inside of its egg in the dragon's den on the eastern side of the jungle. Leg of Three Eye, which is the boss inside the pyramid at the top. The High Alchemist, which is in the abandoned alchemy lab to the west of the mines and Dark Cave. The Shadow Alchemist, which is encountered anywhere along the surface of a parallel world. The Forgotten and the Forgotten's minion are both encountered deep beneath the earth in the haunted snow chasm. The Wand Connoisseur, Kazi, is encountered by picking up the orb on the other side of the bridge, east of the lava lake, east of the mines. Three Eyes Eye is the boss in the middle of the power plant biome. The Leviathan is the boss that's way down below the island in the middle of the lake. Tiny the Maggot is encountered inside the giant skull of Two Eye, deep below the world beneath the desert chasm. The Shadow Connoisseur is encountered anywhere in a parallel world above surface level. The Shadow Minion is spawned by these guys, usually encountered within the power plant or the tower. The Triangle, these are all 4 pieces of the Triangle boss, which is the gateway into the Wizard's Den biome, and you wake up this boss by shooting or throwing 3 eggs at it. The Grand Master is the boss on the eastern side of the Wizard's Den. Colmy, of course, is the boss of the entire game, and I lost like most of my progress, so a lot of these numbers are not right. I just noticed that now. Only 141 kills, never killed by Colmy. That's not true at all. The Horror Monster is a very rare spawn inside of the Frozen Vault, or if you find the Friend Cave, which also contains Toveri, the friend. Anyway, guys, so that is how you obtain all of the spells and find all of the enemies in the game. Remember to check the video description for details and videos linked for all of this stuff. Anyway, moving on. Woo! With those out of the way, we're moving on to the final 4 achievements. These are easier to obtain than 100% spells and enemies, but they require maybe a little bit of an explanation. The gods are impressed when you're able to create an infinite lifetime spell, or Infiniwisp. In this example, I created an infinite piercing healing bolt for unlimited healing. This projectile will follow me anywhere, healing me on contact. Some of you might have accidentally triggered this by experimenting with the reduced lifetime spell, since only one is required to make a spark bolt infinite, thus triggering the unlock of the achievement. The gods are afraid when you deal over 1 million damage in a single attack. Here's a simple wand build using gold to power that allows you to do so. However, it does require you to have a few 100,000 gold in order to do that much damage. Here's another example of a wand build that will allow you to achieve this. If you put Piercing Shot in the empty slot, then this build is even highly effective against high orb boss fights. For achievement 13, you must first anger the gods and then defeat 3 Stavari, the gods' champion. Then, the gods will be enraged and you will have acquired your achievement. Although, from that point on, you'll have to deal with the much more difficult Skod. I swear, he is more difficult. Anyway, you'll have to deal with him in every holy mountain for the remainder of that run, unless you pick up the Peace with Gods perk. Curiously, whenever you damage a holy mountain from then on, the gods are very angry with you. Finally, for achievement 14, you must acquire all 11 orbs of true knowledge from around the world. And here's a handy map for you to use with all 11 orb locations highlighted in red. Good luck. Anyway, there we go. All 14 Steam and GOG achievements in Noita. Again, I have videos showcasing in depth all of the unlockable spells and most of the creatures. Those will be linked down below in the description. But again, other than the very specifically unlocked perks, spells, and creatures, a lot of this stuff is simply unlocked by playing the game normally over time and by exploring. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video helped you. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Happy Noiting.